PDX Radio, it's your boy Big Rap, man. Look, man, we are here with my guy who's back again, Uncle JoNH III. What is good with you, fam? What's poppin' with you?
Salute.
How you been, man? How you been? You been good?
Blessed, brother, blessed.
Yeah, man. How was your flight?
Flight was good, man. I stopped in Denver and it was a little cold and shaky, but I'm from the crib, so I can handle it.
The crib. Y'all know where the crib is. Tell me where the crib is.
Chicago.
Say that.
Yeah.
Say that. Man, hey, so you've been working on a lot of projects.
Yes, sir.
I be seeing you moving and grooving on Instagram, man. Yeah. All the posts, all the reels, man. You got one coming up with Bruce, right?
Yeah. Different type of time. That's a project with me and my brother Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. We were working on that joint for like a year now, and we got the records we needed, man, all the content, the visuals, so it'll be out next month, actually. First single, Fashion Show, folks. It's about to be out, and I'm really excited about it.
Look, I love seeing y'all work, man. Y'all work ethic is crazy. Mm-hmm. How do you handle just the whole work ethic of it all? Because I know you do a lot. It's a lot that goes into your music production. It's not, you're not like one of these producers that just hop on Fruity Loops and just make a beat real quick and then pass it off. Yeah. It's a lot that goes into your process. Yeah. Kind of explain what it takes for you to do what you do.
Basically, it's all motivated. I'm the type of guy I just like to put together concepts. And I work from the concepts. So with the concepts, I come up with the how I want the feel of the vibe to be. And then from there, I decide how I want to roll it out, from an artistic standpoint and from a rollout standpoint, from a branding and marketing standpoint. And we just kind of, when we work together and collab, we kind of like go off each other. As far as like focusing on who's got the strength in what, you know what I mean? So if he's got the strength in tightening something up, then I'll leave that to him. And if I got the strength in creating the content and then mixing or whatever the case may be, I'll do it. And then we just combine and join the forces like that. But me, myself, I'm just into making sure everything is culturally impactful. So when I display it to everyone, they hear the music and they see the visuals, and then it all just kind of like, meshes together.
So choosing your samples, that's like probably like my favorite videos that you have on YouTube right now is when you go into the record stores. Yeah. You're looking at records. So what's your process of finding the perfect sample? Like, what is it? Do you go off of, oh, this cover looks cool?
Yeah. But it's one of the processes. I come from, the 90s era as far as being a student. I was part of a crew called Buck. Shout out Buck. My mentor, Decadeurs, and another producer, dope producer named SC. These are guys that mentored me, in my teenage years, and my sound developed. I'm coming up under them, and what SC always used to talk everyone around him when he picked his samples and he dug for vinyl was to always pay attention to who the musicians were and what the musicians were playing. And then that would give you an insight, as well as the cover. The cover is always it makes you look at the back credits.
Yeah.
So when you turn it around, you see, okay, it's gonna be some brass on here, it's gonna be some saxophone on here, it's gonna be some flutes on here, and it kind of, even before you even play it, it gives you an idea of what that sample gonna have in it.
Yeah.
But the cover definitely takes you places. It'll also tell you what the vibe might be when you look at that cover, because you might see a green flying eagle. You know what I mean? Like with a rainbow coming out of his stomach, and then that might mean some psychedelic type shit. And you might see, a lady yelling at somebody at a car, and then that's a vibe. So you just never know what you're gonna get with some of these album covers. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your favorite type of vibe or beat to make?
It's always gonna be soulful because I come from a soulful city. Yeah. But I always like to diversify my sound and challenge myself and just do what feels good to me, or if it sounds different, I just like to attack the different approach sometimes. And that's how if you listen to my beat series, Revenge of the Pervs, a lot of those beats on that series challenged me to just try something new. I kept it hip hop, but I made sure that the samples I chose were just samples that people wouldn't normally expect me to dig for on that series if you listen to Revenge of the Pervs, because they got a really nerdy sound and a really retro sound to it. Yeah. But my favorite sound go to is always going to be the soulful approach, but I also like to take it, to another diverse plateau. You know what I'm saying?
And how many projects do you think you have out in general?
Close to 80. for sure.
Sheesh.
Close to 80 for sure.
80?
Yeah, quality projects too. Like when people hear the volume of that, they just think I'm just throwing stuff out there. But if you listen to every project, you're gonna hear some dope shit on each one for sure.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I can tell y'all firsthand, man. When I first met Uncle John, we were doing the Portland Hip Hop Week, and I heard some of his beats, and I was just like, yo, like I've never heard nobody do that like how you do it. You know what I mean? The sample choices that you chose, the type of instrumentals that you were making, because like you said, they are soulful as hell, and just to see the way the crowd took to every note that came out of your machine as you was playing your MPC, fam, like that was bananas.
Appreciate it, bro.
You know what I mean? I was instantly a fan from at that point.
Thank
you know what I mean? Like where do you get your soulful roots from? I know you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
So does it come from your parents, grandparents? Does it come from church? Does it come from the community? Where do you feel like you get your soulful inspiration from?
It'll start with, I blame my mom first, because she used to keep records, and I discussed this on my upcoming documentary. She used to keep records around the house, but at times, we were just afraid to just go over to the record pile. So what we would do is we would wait till she's about to go out with her girlfriends, like on a Friday night or something. And then me and my sister will have our own like little brother-sister party and just play the records.
Yeah.
And that's how, I pretty much got up on like soulful stuff, and I started learning about the Marge and Luther Vandross and like Teddy Pendergrass. I'll find albums, and then like again, I'll look at the cover, open it up. Back then they had like, the jackets and everything. So I used to be real in tune with that. And that's how I also got up on NWA. I found the first NWA record. She had it at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
Because it was such profanity and everything. That record was the NWA and the Posse album. It was like a whole bunch of them on the cover. It was like a lot of them. It wasn't just 4 or 5 of them. It was like 12 of them on the cover.
Yeah.
And we put it on, and we hearing Dope Man and all this crackhead and suck my dick. And so me and my sister, I'm like 8 at the time. So, it was all a culture shock for me to know that explicit rap existed. I didn't get turned on to explicit rap until we found that NWA record. Yeah. And before that, it was BDP and Big Daddy Kane and all of that. But when I found that NWA record, I'm like, damn, motherfuckers cuss on other songs. and that's how that all came about, though. But my parents is where it started, because they used to have like parties in the basement and stuff like that, and I would always be the little kid running around at the party. They didn't get no babysitter; they just brought me along. Yeah. So I'll be running around. I'll be the little kid running around the party. I might even help change the record or whatever, flip it over. So that's where the soulful inspiration comes from. And then, just the heart of the city, you know what I'm saying? And everybody from the city, people like Doug Infinite, Kanye West, No ID, all of those soulful dudes who created a plateau from a soulful aspect, you know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned your documentary. What's the name of the documentary?
MH2O. I've been working on it for 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah, 10-year doc. So it's basically, I started like pretty much putting it together in 2016. And I feel like with documentaries, you got to keep documenting your life for a while.
Yeah, you do.
Because you can't shoot a doc for 3 years and then be ready to drop it. Like I said, I just had kids. Yeah. So that got to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like as my life go, like I got to be comfortable enough to say, okay, now we can show it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting to that point where it's almost there. But I'm glad I didn't put it out when I thought I was ready to put it out, because I had dropped the trailer like a couple years back. Yeah. And I'm glad I dropped the trailer, because I was able at that time to still, we went through 90 hours of footage just to get a 2.5, 3 minute, 3 minute clip. You know what I'm saying? So, that just shows you that when you're shooting a doc, you have to really make sure your documentary is a real documentary. Because I'm a fan of docs. I have to make sure. I watch docs, so my doc got to be just as good as the docs I'm a fan of. You know what I'm saying? So the doc will be out soon, man. You know
what kind of things can we expect out of the documentary?
You'll see people on it that really know me. You know what I mean? Like everybody that's on the documentary, they really know who I am. They really know me as a real person. They know me as their brother, their predecessor, and all of those good things that that happens in our lives, as far as like just coming up together and success and all of that thing, and they'll be able to, I don't want to just have people on there that really don't know me and they speaking about my work ethic and really don't know me. I'd rather have my real people on the documentary, and that's gonna pretty much show a highlight of my upbringing, and then it'll showcase what I've done successfully and what I'm currently doing, as well as the process of an album series that I have called Mineral Water. And it'll show the process of making a bad album as well. So it'll pretty much be like how Quentin Tarantino does his flicks. In the middle of each one of the scenes, it'll cut to a scene of showing the making of the album, and then it'll jump back into like that way. It's not edited cliche where it's like, okay, let's just get into the interviews and talk about Doe or Uncle John. Let's show them inside out how things are happening. You know what I'm saying? So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. So I know you got a project that just dropped today.
Yes, Large Marge.
Large motherfucking Marge, man.
Yeah.
Tell us about Large Marge, man.
80s kid, man. A fan of anything 80s. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Pee Wee Herman was definitely a part of my childhood.
Yeah, he was.
Rest in peace. And so the concept of Large Marge is just to keep that nostalgia alive. You know what I'm saying? So I just woke up one day and wanted to come with the Large Marge project, and all the beats are catered to that sound. It'll open up with like an eerie intro. You know what I mean? And then it'll go into some vibes that are dark, and then some vibes that got like everything's hip hop and boom bap on it. It just you'll see how I do the concept. But it dropped today, so make sure y'all check that out, man. Large Marge.
It's the cover art for me.
Yeah.
The cover art is what captivated me before I even heard any kind of sound from it.
Yeah.
The cover art is dope. So speaking of your artwork, how do you choose your artwork? Because you be having some of the most coolest like covers for your projects. Every project I've ever seen you drop online, your cover art is crazy dope.
Appreciate it. Sometimes the tricky part about it is sometimes I'll do the cover first, and then sometimes I'll do the cover after I've done the music.
Yeah.
If I do the cover first, it'll put me in the mind of what the music should sound like. So I'll get the cover done, and then I'll pull the cover up on one screen. I'll have the cover just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I'll be making the beats looking at the cover.
Yeah.
Just kind of making sure I'm like in the same guideline of what the music's gonna sound like. Then sometimes I'll just create the project musically and then be like, okay, the cover's gonna look like this to match the music. So it's either or. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your favorite person to listen to right now? Who's your top person in the deck right now?
K Tronado. You know what I'm saying? K Tronado. Yeah, he's one of my inspirations just because I know his upbringing and his story as far as like where he started with his sound. His sound elevated. You know what I mean? He did a lot of soulful stuff too. If you go find old K Tronado stuff, you'll see that it's really Dilla inspired. And then you listen to new K Tronado today, and he's all electric, all like house, dance. Like his sound is like elevated to way bigger, and it's a crazy inspiration to see where he's evolved. So shout out K Tronado.
And then, question for you: who is your favorite in the city right now that you're listening to? Who are your favorite artists? I know Bruce and Easy O'Hare got to be on that list.
Yeah, I'm a fan of my own stuff and like the people that I work with, obviously. But it's some new talent there at the crib that I'm fans of. Even if it's not always my round listening to, my ears are always to the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got. On the drill side, you got a kid named Michi Greedy. You know what I'm saying? He's coming up real dope, melodic. I think he got his own style, but it's still drill, but it's not like shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill, kill. He just has the drill style, but he got melodic and it's his own sound. You know what I mean? And then he has a message too here and there. So it's not like all the time it's drill. So I like him. It's another kid named Flex Sinatra. You know what I'm saying? He's got his own style. He got a voice on him and got a story, and he's been doing his thing for a while. And then there's some good R&B talent out there. You got GS, and then you got Jazz. There's a lot of dope talent from the crib, and I'm just happy to see everyone evolving and doing what they got to do.
Now, you've developed artists, right?
Absolutely.
And what is your process about developing artists?
Just really preparing them for what success may end up looking like in any type of realm. Because success doesn't always lead to a record deal or a platinum plaque. Success could just be developing a fan base, and having a core audience, and then being able to make some money to take care of your family. Or be able to have opportunities to create other opportunities. So it's all about just taking the artists and just preparing them mentally for that. Yeah. And also making sure artists understand breath control when performing.
Yeah,
understanding when to smoke, when not to smoke. Yeah. How to do interviews, how to be media friendly, and how to be media trained when it comes time to not just being all boring on when it's time to do an interview, and then the answers are all dry, and it's not enough personality.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's all about developing an artist really takes time, and I always tell artists if you're not willing to wait 1 to 3 years before you even come out, then you're not ready to really come out. You know what I mean? A lot of artists be so like antsy to just drop and just come out when they have no idea that they're not really fully developed. You know what I'm saying?
So say I'm an independent artist, right? And I wanna be able to approach you. What should my approach be to say, hey, I'd like to be developed by you? What do you think my approach would be or should be to you?
Well, I always say it's all about having a career. You want to either have a career or you want to be known for now.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, they literally just come and go.
Yeah.
When we saw Rick Ross, we knew he was going to be special.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Jeezy, we knew Jeezy was going to be special. Mm-hmm. We saw Rihanna, we knew Rihanna was going to be special. Meaning, these are artists who literally put out 8 plus 9 albums. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they gave us all heat every time they dropped. So if an artist doesn't have a vision to be ready to do that kind of work, then I'm really not interested. I like artists who are in it for the long haul and want to work and want to really turn themselves into legacy-driven artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So 5 years from now, what do we see Uncle JoNH III? What do we see him doing?
Bigger realms, man.
Love that.
Bigger realms when it comes to getting out all of my other dreams that include like being a published author.
Yeah.
My other business ventures like my art gallery and actually putting on in a sense where it's not just making other entrepreneurs and executives, but putting on where, a lot of people can be impacted to how I put them on. Because you're not successful until you make other people successful. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So those are my goals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are very successful right now.
Appreciate you, brother.
Definitely. I can tell by the streams. I can tell by the fans. I can see the love online. Like when you post stuff, and I'll be watching. I watch all your peoples. Yeah. Your peoples, they always chime in. They always in the comments. They always sharing it.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Support go a long way.
Yeah, no, it really do, and it's the fact.
I get it love back too. See, my job is to.
And you definitely do.
Yeah, because I understand like it. When you do more good than bad in the world, you're gonna stay. Good's gonna stay happening for you. Mm-hmm. So every single day of my life, I'm helping someone. Every single day, I wake up every day and help somebody, or some people. It's either someone I help on a daily, or more than one person I help on a daily. Every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So what's next for you?
Really, I'm just gonna focus this year on putting out the best collab projects with a lot of artists, but I got a special project I'm dropping called The Confetti Experience, and it's gonna be pretty much my first electric house project. All the BPMs on the tape is like 110, so it's all dance music.
Yeah,
but it still got them samples on there.
Oh, that's
it's just that the drums.
It's
just the drums is. It's like that, but them samples are still there. I'm excited about the project because I plan on taking this project and I want to DJ it in certain markets. Mm-hmm. So since every joint on it is 110, it's going to be like a mix, and so each joint will fall into each other. And then I want like confetti to fall everywhere and everybody be dancing. And I want to have content. I want it to be recorded and kind of put it out there like how the Boiler Room does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So all right. So let us know what's next with you for fashion right now.
So with the Bag Language brand, we're gonna cater this time more to women. You know what I'm saying? Because there were a lot of my supporters. Most of my supporters were women.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do handbags and we're gonna do like clutches and just things that we know women can adapt to. You know what I mean? And we got some stuff for the fellas too with the book bags and like some more merch drops and stuff like that. But I'm really gonna focus this time on handbags for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
And you also got a listening party coming up, right?
Yeah. So the listening event will be here in Portland on Sunday, and that's gonna be really dope. So it's at Spec Records. And we're just gonna play some vibes, man. I've been dropping mixes lately, so I'll probably drop a couple mixes in there while people shop and hear some of the vibes. And then I'm gonna play some of the joints from the Large Marge project.
Oh, hell yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then where can the people find you? All things Uncle JoNH III. Where can they find
Basically, Uncle.JoNH III. And you can always, for everything, content-wise, music-wise, video-wise, you can just go straight to my YouTube or my website, which is UncleJohnMusic.com. The JONH, not JOHN. So that's UncleJoNHmusic.com. You'll find everything Uncle John.
Definitely subscribe.
I'm gonna have merch on there soon, but I'm definitely gonna step up how we do our stores and everything as well. We're working on a lot of things, man. I'm excited.
And definitely subscribe. Definitely subscribe.
Please.
Ring that bell. Click that button. All that shit y'all do for all the other YouTubers. Make sure y'all do that for this man right here.
Yeah, we got a lot of content coming out. More vlogs, more album drops, a lot of new content too. Some new content where I'm gonna let people in on my creative process, and also I'm gonna be doing content where I break down my favorite albums and things like that. Some real exciting content this year for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait, fam. Again, Uncle John, man, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you again for pulling
sir.
up on me. You know, you always welcome back anytime.
Yeah, for sure.
Anytime you welcome back, fam.
Yeah, sir.
So let's get it. We out of here.
Peace.